Nations worldwide strive for comprehensive development. Such progress often necessitates substantial investments, with large-scale projects frequently costing billions of dollars. This video explores some of the most ambitious and expensive projects globally. The Himalayan Hydroelectric Plant. China, a global leader in hydropower, is embarking on an ambitious project to construct a massive hydroelectric plant in the Himalayas. This undertaking, however, is fraught with controversy, particularly concerning its potential impact on neighboring India. China's growing energy demands fuel this project, which aims to dwarf the current world's largest dam, the Three Gorges Dam. The planned 60-gigawatt capacity plant will be located on the Yarlung Tsangpo River, Brahmaputra, a river prized for its immense energy potential due to its dramatic elevation drop. The project's location on the disputed Sino-Indian border is a major point of contention. India fears the dam's construction could lead to water shortages for its citizens and severely disrupt the delicate Himalayan ecosystem. Concerns include the potential for devastating floods in northeastern India and a drastic reduction in agricultural water supplies. Environmentalists also warn of the detrimental effects of damming a free-flowing river, citing disrupted flood cycles and harm to diverse ecosystems, including the habitats of rare species. Despite international criticism and the inherent risks of building in a seismically active zone, China is proceeding with the project. Chinese authorities maintain that the dam will provide clean energy, stabilize energy supplies, and mitigate flooding. However, the project's true motivations and the full scope of its environmental and social impacts remain a subject of debate. The sheer scale of the project, involving the drilling of numerous 20-kilometer tunnels in challenging terrain, underscores its complexity. With an estimated cost exceeding $100 billion, this Himalayan power plant represents a significant investment, but also a considerable gamble with potentially far-reaching consequences. Canada's Site C Dam. Canada is a country known for its stunning natural landscapes. The Canadian government prioritizes environmental conservation, launching numerous projects over the past 20 years to protect wildlife. At the same time, as the world's second-largest country by area, Canada requires substantial resources to support its population. The Clean Energy Project was initiated to reduce harmful emissions and increase the use of renewable energy sources. Canada actively develops various types of renewable energy. In recent years, the number of solar installations has significantly increased, particularly in southern provinces like Alberta and Saskatchewan. Wind power is another key energy source, with Ontario leading in the number of installed wind turbines. Bioenergy from organic waste and wood residues is also gaining popularity. However, hydropower remains Canada's most traditional energy source. The latest and highly costly project, Site C, involves the construction of a major dam and hydroelectric power plant on the Peace River, 14 kilometers from Fort St. John in northeastern British Columbia. The new hydroelectric plant is expected to have a capacity of over 1 gigawatt, with a potential annual production of 5 gigawatts of clean, renewable electricity. This project was approved in 2014, but faced opposition from local residents who objected to the planned flooding of agricultural land. The construction of the dam and power plant threatened to cause significant environmental damage and loss of farmland. Despite this, the Canadian government dismissed all petitions and proceeded with the project. Site C will be the third dam on the Peace River, which originates in the Rocky Mountains of northeastern British Columbia. The other two existing dams are the W.A.C. Bennett and Peace Canyon dams, both located upstream from the proposed Site C dam. The Site C project will include a dam, reservoir, hydroelectric plant, and additional facilities. According to the plan, the dam will be 1,050 meters long and 60 meters high. It will feature a main spillway, an auxiliary overflow spillway, and diversion tunnels. The main spillway will have 7 gates and 2 cofferdams. The reservoir will extend 83 kilometers, and the generating station will house 6 units, each with a capacity of 183 megawatts. Construction began in 2015. Initially, the hydroelectric plant was scheduled to be operational by 2024, but due to unforeseen circumstances, its opening was postponed to 2025. The project's cost is estimated at $12 billion. Once completed, the plant will provide electricity to over 450,000 homes and businesses in British Columbia. California Waterfix/Delta Conveyance. The story of the Delta Conveyance Project, also known as the California Water Fix, dates back to the 1960s. The project was conceived as a solution to severe droughts that caused California to lose a significant number of water sources. This posed a pressing problem that required resolution. The initial plans to preserve watersheds were proposed by California Governor Pat Brown. They included two major projects to redistribute water from Northern California to the southern part of the state. However, for various reasons, these projects were never implemented. Another attempt to address drought came in the 1980s under Governor Jerry Brown, Pat Brown's son. He proposed a project called the Peripheral Canal. However, this idea failed to gain voter support. As a result, the issue remained unresolved. In 2011, Jerry Brown returned as governor and decided to revive his project. Over time, the plan evolved, and instead of an above-ground peripheral canal, the decision was made to build two underground tunnels simultaneously. Another project aimed at restoring the delta between the Sacramento and San Joaquin rivers was underway. This led to significant public outcry from delta conservation advocates, and the tunnel construction was halted. Two-thirds of California's water supply comes from snowmelt in the Sierra Nevada mountains. The water flows into the delta and is then distributed across settlements from Silicon Valley to San Diego. Annual droughts cause the delta's water levels to drop to critical levels, but no effective solutions were implemented by the authorities. Finally, in 2019, Governor Gavin Newsom advocated for a single tunnel project, which was approved in 2023 and is now under construction. The Delta Tunnel will be built at a depth of about 48 meters underground, with a diameter of 11 meters. Water transported through the tunnel will bypass the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta and flow into Bethany Reservoir, then into the California Aqueduct. This idea has been well received by local residents, as the tunnel will address multiple issues at once. Most importantly, it will preserve the delta, which provides fresh water to the population and agricultural facilities. The current estimated cost of the project is $20 billion, though this is not the final figure. Such high expenses are justified by the state's pressing need for water management solutions. The Northern European Enclosure Dam. The Northern European Enclosure Dam, NEED, a proposed megaproject by oceanographers Sean O'Gross, H.G. Gimple, and Joachim Kelson, represents a radical approach to combating rising sea levels in Northern Europe. Faced with the alarming reality of a 25-centimeter rise in the past century and predictions of further submersion by the end of the 21st century, these scientists have envisioned a large-scale solution to protect vulnerable nations like the Netherlands, Denmark, and the United Kingdom. The potential for mass migration and widespread social and economic disruption underscores the urgency of the situation, driving the need for innovative, albeit ambitious, solutions. The NEED project centers around the construction of two massive dam systems. The first dam would span the English Channel, stretching 161 kilometers between England and France. The second, a far more complex undertaking, would enclose a significant portion of the North Sea. This northern dam would consist of multiple sections, including a 145-kilometer stretch from Scotland to the Shetland Islands and a monumental 4,721-kilometer barrier from the Shetlands to Norway. The project also proposes enclosing sections of Norway's internal waters, potentially near the flood-prone city of Bergen. The sheer scale of need is staggering. The combined length of these dams would be immense, requiring unprecedented amounts of material and decades of construction. The estimated cost, ranging from €250 billion to €500 billion, reflects the magnitude of the undertaking. Beyond the engineering challenges, the project raises significant environmental concerns. Altering the flow of such vast bodies of water could have far-reaching consequences for marine ecosystems, impacting everything from fish populations to ocean currents and weather patterns. Despite these hurdles, the NEED project serves as a crucial thought experiment, pushing the boundaries of engineering possibilities in the face of climate change. While the project's feasibility and long-term impact remain to be thoroughly investigated, it highlights the need for bold, innovative solutions to protect coastal regions. Whether or not NEED ever becomes a reality, it acts as a catalyst for discussion and research, demonstrating the kind of large-scale thinking that may be necessary to safeguard our planet. The project's conceptual nature allows for exploration of potential benefits and risks before any concrete steps are taken. The Strait of Gibraltar Tunnel. The Strait of Gibraltar, a narrow waterway separating Europe and Africa, has held strategic and economic importance for millennia. Connecting the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, this strait has been a vital maritime passage since ancient times, playing a crucial role in trade and exploration. Its significance amplified during the Age of Exploration, serving as the gateway for Portuguese and Spanish voyages to India and beyond. The dream of bridging this divide, physically connecting the two continents, has captivated imaginations for centuries, even appearing in Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The concept of an underwater tunnel beneath the Strait of Gibraltar has been under serious consideration since the mid-20th century, with Spain and Morocco conducting joint feasibility studies. The successful construction of the Channel Tunnel between England and France offered a tangible example of what was possible. However, the Gibraltar Tunnel project has faced numerous hurdles. Despite initial enthusiasm and promising studies, the project has been repeatedly stalled, often due to financial constraints. A proposed budget of €8.5 billion proved insufficient, leading to a temporary shelving of the project in 2018. Undeterred, the project was resurrected in 2024, with a renewed commitment and a target completion date of 2030. The current plan envisions a 42-kilometre tunnel, with 28 kilometres running underwater at a depth of approximately 400 metres. Connecting Tangier, Morocco, and Punta Paloma, Spain, the tunnel will comprise 2 railway tunnels and a separate service and technical tunnel. This ambitious undertaking is a joint venture between Spain and Morocco, promising substantial benefits for both nations and the wider region. The potential economic and social impacts are significant. The tunnel is projected to handle over 12 million passengers and 13 million tons of cargo annually, dramatically improving transportation links between Europe and Africa. Reduced travel times and increased trade capacity are expected to stimulate economic growth and foster closer ties between the continents. The project represents a landmark infrastructure development, symbolizing not just a physical connection, but also a bridge between cultures and economies. While the estimated cost exceeds $10 billion, the long-term benefits in terms of trade, tourism, and regional development are considered to justify the substantial investment. The Gibraltar Tunnel, if realized, will be a testament to human ingenuity and a significant step towards greater global connectivity. Monaco's land reclamation. Monaco, a tiny microstate on the Ligurian Sea, spans just 2 square kilometers, with a quarter of its land previously submerged underwater. Its history dates back to the 1st century CE as part of the Roman Empire. By the 7th century, it became part of the Lombard Kingdom and later the Kingdom of Arles. The Grimaldi family officially took control in 1419, establishing Monaco as an independent principality. However, Spain conquered Monaco a century later, granting it partial autonomy. In 1641, it became a French protectorate and was declared a sovereign state in 1713. Despite this, Monaco frequently lost its independence over the next 2 centuries. Today, it remains an independent principality known for its unique culture, tourism, and gambling-driven economy. One of its most famous landmarks is the Monte Carlo Casino. Monaco's thriving tourism industry provides substantial funding for large-scale projects. One such project, Mariterra, slightly expanded the country's limited territory. This modern eco-district is remarkable for being built on reclaimed land that was once underwater. The project used massive concrete caissons, structures that not only form new land but also support the marine ecosystem by providing habitats for marine life. Mariterra is designed with sustainability at its core. Half of the 6-hectare district consists of parks and recreational spaces. Solar panels generate energy, while a thalassothermal plant utilizes seawater for heating and cooling. Rainwater collection systems support irrigation, and over 1,000 trees on green roofs help reduce urban heat. The district also prioritizes cultural heritage and leisure, featuring restored artworks and a scenic promenade with breathtaking sea views. A highlight of Mariterra is the Blue Grotto, an underwater observation deck where visitors can watch marine life in its natural environment. The official cost of the project exceeds $2 billion, though actual expenditures were likely higher. However, these investments are expected to pay off quickly, as Mariterra not only expands Monaco's land, but also serves as a model for sustainable urban development and a major tourist attraction. The Nicaragua Canal. Currently, the largest shipping canals in the world are the Suez and Panama Canals. The Suez Canal, opened in 1869 in Egypt, connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea and stretches 193 kilometers. The Panama Canal, opened in 1914 in Panama, connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean through the Isthmus of Panama, with a length of 82 kilometers. Together, these two canals accommodate around 40,000 vessels annually. The relative proximity of the Panama Canal and Nicaragua inspired the Nicaraguan government to pursue the idea of creating its own canal, which was envisioned to surpass the Panama Canal in success. Its popularity would stem from a shorter route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The idea of constructing a canal in Nicaragua dates back to the 16th century when Spanish King Charles III planned to explore the isthmus in modern-day Nicaragua to link the two oceans. However, at that time, the plan was impossible to execute. In the 19th century, American engineers attempted to build the canal. In 1880, the North American Company was established for this purpose, but eventually dissolved. In 1914, Nicaragua and the United States again joined forces to construct the canal. As one of the poorest countries in Latin America, Nicaragua was compelled to sign an agreement granting the US the right to build the canal independently. Yet, this project also remained unfulfilled. In 2007, Daniel Ortega, leader of the Sandinista revolution, returned to power in Nicaragua. He announced his intention to revive the canal project and sought help from other nations. Ortega managed to secure support from Russia and China, reviving the long-standing idea. The collaborative effort of the three nations resulted in a project plan that proposed building a canal with a depth of 27.6 to 30 meters, a width of 230 to 520 meters, and a total length of 278 kilometers. The canal's capacity was designed to handle over 5,000 ships annually, with transit times of approximately 30 hours. The route would stretch from the mouth of the Brito River south of Rivas on the Pacific coast to the mouth of the Punta Gorda River near the Monkey Point Island on the Atlantic coast. Preparations for construction began in December 2014 with the building of access roads. The canal was initially scheduled for completion by the end of 2019. However, in May 2017, the project was suspended due to financial problems faced by the main Chinese investor and protests from opposition groups and environmentalists who believe the canal would harm the ecosystem of Lake Nicaragua. Despite significant efforts to realize this project, the construction of the Nicaragua Canal remains frozen. The project's cost is estimated at $50 billion. Jakarta's Great Sea Wall. Jakarta, the capital and largest city of Indonesia, is home to over 10 million people. Located on the northwest coast of Java Island, more than half of Jakarta's territory lies below sea level. Additionally, the city has numerous bodies of water and wetlands, which have contributed to its catastrophic situation during the rainy season when a significant amount of precipitation falls within a day. Rivers overflow their banks, and groundwater levels rise sharply. This leads to regular flooding, which becomes more destructive each year. Constant flooding has a negative impact on the city's infrastructure and, of course, the lives of local residents. Moreover, the city is sinking by 25 centimeters annually, while tidal floods rise by 200 centimeters. It is predicted that within less than 25 years, a third of the capital could be underwater. For this reason, Indonesian authorities have been seeking solutions to address this problem. In 2024, Indonesia announced a new project called the Great Sea Wall, aimed at protecting the city's coastal area. The project involves constructing an enormous wall and has already received financial support from South Korea and the Netherlands. The wall will stretch 24 kilometers along Jakarta's northern coastline. It will consist of concrete and steel structures designed to resist corrosion and extreme weather conditions. Building such a structure might seem simple, but in reality, it is a labor-intensive process requiring substantial funding. Preparatory work includes clearing the area, relocating urban utilities and infrastructure, and constructing a dam. Afterward, a foundation capable of withstanding water pressure and erosion must be laid before the wall itself can be built. However, the project does not end with the wall's construction. Inside the wall, large lagoons will be created to protect against runoff from Jakarta's 13 rivers. Interestingly, The wall will be built in the shape of the mythical bird Garuda, a symbol of Indonesia. The project was initially proposed in 2014 but was rejected at the time. Construction of the Great Sea Wall is expected to be completed by 2040, although delays are possible. The cost of the first two phases is estimated at $10 billion, but experts predict the total project cost will reach $80 billion. Despite its enormous price tag, Jakarta urgently needs a structure capable of protecting the city from flooding. China's Huang Canyon Bridge. China is a country whose government allocates vast sums of money to implement grandiose projects. The nation is home to many of the largest construction feats, such as the longest bridge in the world, the Qingdao Bridge, or the longest automobile tunnel, the Zhongnanshan Tunnel. However, China does not rest on its laurels and continues to impress with the scale of its projects. One such project is the construction of the Huang Canyon Bridge in Guizhou Province. The primary goal of this project is to create a reliable and durable bridge capable of withstanding the region's extreme weather conditions while also strengthening the canyon's banks. The new bridge will span 2,980 meters and will be situated 625 meters above the gorge, a true record. Currently, the tallest bridge in the world is the Duge Bridge, also located in Guizhou Province. Furthermore, this bridge crosses the same Banyan River, only 200 kilometers upstream. Built in 2016, the Duge Bridge is 720 meters long and stands 565 meters above the canyon floor. Thus, the new bridge will be 60 meters taller than the Duge Bridge. According to the project plan, the new bridge will be a suspension bridge made of steel girders, ensuring both lightness and strength. The bridge will become part of a high-speed highway in Guizhou Province and will be equipped with modern safety and monitoring systems. The project began in 2021 with preparations along the canyon's banks and the creation of necessary infrastructure. The next stage involved the installation of the bridge's foundation, including two massive pylons made of concrete and steel. Workers then proceeded to install the steel spans connecting the pylons. The bridge's opening is scheduled for June 2025. Currently, construction is in its final stages, which include laying the road surface, installing safety and lighting systems, and conducting tests to verify the bridge's stability and reliability. The Huang Canyon Bridge project has become an essential milestone in the development of infrastructure near the Banyan River. Thanks to the new bridge, tourists and locals will be able to cross the canyon in just a few minutes, compared to the previous 70 minutes. Additionally, the bridge will become a significant tourist attraction, drawing visitors from all over the world. By the bridge's opening, Guizhou Province plans to organize a series of tours and entertainment programs. The exact cost of this project has not been disclosed, but estimates place it at over $1.5 billion. The Arctic Silk Road. The Suez Canal in Egypt is one of the most critical routes for international trade, connecting the Mediterranean and Red Seas. It serves as a link between Africa and Eurasia, enabling thousands of vessels from around the world to transport raw materials and various goods. Another vital trade route is the Panama Canal, located in Panama. These two canals are the most well-known and frequently used trade pathways, but the world is about to learn of another significant global trade project, currently referred to as the Arctic Silk Road. The Arctic Silk Road is a large-scale China-Russia initiative aimed at expanding trade and developing the economies of both nations. In Russia, this project is known as the Northern Sea Route. Russia and China are the leading countries involved in Arctic exploration. For this reason, the leaders of both nations decided to combine their efforts to develop this project. However, it is worth noting that China was the main initiator of creating this polar trade route. The Arctic is crucial for China, as its development impacts various industries, from fishing to agriculture, and the new project will facilitate the country's energy and transportation advancements. For Russia, the project is equally significant. An enormous amount of funding has been allocated to its development, with estimates exceeding $260 billion, and the investments continue. Russia is actively building power plants and ports to support the new trade route. To ensure year-round passage through the Arctic's thick ice, the Russian government has commissioned a new fleet of nuclear icebreakers. These ships are designed to operate in extreme conditions, clearing a path for cargo vessels. Undoubtedly, both China and Russia are spending tremendous amounts on this project, but these investments are justified and are expected to yield incredible profits in the near future. The route will reduce the travel time for cargo ships from China to Europe by approximately 2 weeks. Experts predict that the popularity of the Northern Sea route will soar from the moment it opens. Additionally, beyond the new shipping route, this project grants Russia and China access to the Arctic's vast resources. Other leading global economies are already concerned about the success of this project, as the China-Russia partnership could prove to be exceptionally powerful. The Arctic Silk Road is a strategically vital project for both China and Russia. It opens new commercial opportunities for these countries and may pave the way for future joint infrastructure initiatives. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Your engagement is the best reward for me. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.